Hey friends, how you all doing? So as always, I try to make videos which would be useful for you in terms of motorbiking. So today I'm going to be speaking about a motorcycle emergency kit. Now I put this kit together with my experience that I gained over the years. And this is a saddlebag from Vietera. It is absolutely fantastic. You get two of them, which you can put on to KTM Duke 390 or the Duke 200, and you can put them onto left and right side, and they cost about I think 3,200 rupees, and absolutely amazing quality. And you can buy any saddlebag or any bag. However, the things that are inside this bag is what I would like to speak about today. Now, anytime we go on a ride which is about 100 kilometers or more, then we got to know what we are doing, because it could be a brand new motorcycle, but a few things can fail, and we know that, correct? So the most vulnerable thing on a motorcycle is, of course, the tire. Even on a brand new motorcycle, on a brand new tire, you could still have a tire puncture. So you need to have a tire puncture repair kit. Now this is my tire puncture repair kit. If you do not know how to do a tire puncture, it's very easy. I mean, a tire puncture repair, I got a video on that, you can check it out. These are the things that you need, and I also always add a pair of scissors into my tire puncture repair kit, because you would have to cut the excess strip off once you put it onto the tire. So let me put these things back inside. A tire puncture repair kit would cost only about 200 or 300 rupees. You can buy it in many stores which sell motorcycle spare parts, or you can even buy it online or Amazon or Snapdeal. It's a must have for anyone who rides a motorcycle on long rides. And another thing that you got to have is, after you repair your tire, you got to inflate it with air, correct? So I have this beautiful miniature air compressor. You can buy it online too. This is called Rescue Tech. This is a compact one, and it does a fantastic job. This can even top up car tires, and this runs on the battery of the motorcycle. So remember one point, friends, in case you have to hook this onto your motorcycle battery and inflate your tire, always remember to put the motorcycle into neutral and keep the engine running, because you don't want to get into a situation where you drain the motorcycle battery. Alright, so this only costs about 1,000 rupees, and it's a must have. Let me put this back into the cover. And now I spoke about a tire puncture repair and inflating the tire. But how many of us have thought about this scenario where the tire does not get punctured, but the valve stem of the tire can get a leak? It is very highly possible. It can happen because of dust going inside. So that is the reason we need to have a dust cap over the tire valve. And now what is it? What am I speaking about? Let me show it to you on this car. I'm speaking about this here. So this is a dust cap, and the valve stem would be inside. If you press that, air would come out of the tire. Okay, so there are odds that the valve stem could fail, and if you do not have spare valve stems with you, you are in deep trouble, because finding them somewhere on a highway, I don't think you can. So I keep these are valve stems. They hardly cost any money. Each of them probably would be 10 rupees. I have quite a few of them, and you need a specialized tool to remove the valve stem. You can buy it in the same store, and I keep them with me all the time. Extremely important. And it's just a 5-minute job. You can do it on your own, replace a valve stem. And next, you always need to have emergency tools like this one, what I have here. This becomes a plier. Pretty cool, right? Check this out. And it also has tools like knives, and it's got a screwdriver, and really cool stuff, and this thing hardly costs couple of hundred rupees. So I highly recommend to you to buy something like this. You can buy it online. And next, I have another tool. This you can use it to cut some wires or any kind of a thing. Very important in emergency situations. So buy one of this. You don't really have to put in thousands of rupees and buy a Swiss knife. These things only cost a few hundred rupees, so you can buy this and keep it in your emergency kit. And basic medical stuff like band-aids, and also I carry yes, pain relieving spray. Extremely important in case in an unfortunate event you fall or your fellow riders someone fall, then this thing, spraying it onto their body, can give a lot of relief from pain. So have this. And then next, what do I have? Insulation tape. Never leave home without one. These things only cost about 15 rupees a roll, and they can be life savior. If you have any kind of a short circuiting issue or whatever, we don't know, these are motorcycles, correct? You can cut the wire using one of these tools and put them back together using insulation tape. And next, zip ties, another must have, because you really don't know, some part could get loose or it could break or whatever. If you have to put it together temporary way, and till the time you get back home or reach your destination, you got to have zip ties with you. These things are amazing and can take a lot of load. And what else? I think that's it in the top compartment, and I have a lot more stuff inside. Okay, WD-40, my favorite. So in case you have any issues with the contacts of wires or your battery terminals or your chain issue or whatever, right, WD-40 is 3-in-1. It takes out rust, it lubricates, and it's a rust prevention. So must have. Keep a small can in your emergency kit. And what is next? This is something I believe that we need to have too. It's a digital multimeter. This would show voltage, it would show contact, it would show whatnot, it would show a ton of things, and it's very important to diagnose your motorbike or your car when you are in an emergency situation. You can buy a basic one which only costs 200 rupees and it does a fantastic job, or you can invest in a high-end one which costs a few thousand rupees, but it's an absolute must have. And next, battery jump cables. Now, if any of your friend or you yourself have a low battery, how would you crank your motorbike? Yeah, you can push and crank them sometimes, but again, if it's a high displacement motorbike, then what would you do? 1000cc, 1200cc, and if you're alone, well, you can take a help of the fellow rider or someone on the road. Put the terminals onto their battery and this side onto your battery and crank your motorbike, and you're good to go. Life savior this is. So always gotta have this. Again, they're not very expensive. You can buy them online. Well, one more thing, friends. That is a tow line. Yes. Now say your motorcycle or your friend's motorcycle breaks down when you're 100 kilometers away from town. What would you do? You don't wish to leave the motorbike on the road and just come back home, correct? It's not safe. Someone could take some parts away from your motorbike or steal your motorbike. So this line is very strong and very light and compact. You can tow a motorbike for quite a distance using this. So another must have. What else do I have? Well, I have another nose plier. This is important to pull out something. A nail or something, from your tire is extremely important, and you can also cut wires. So this is something you can have. And I have M-Seal. Well, this thing is absolutely important stuff. It's you know what M-Seal is, right? You can mix two compounds together, and then if say something broke, your turn indicator broke, or anything, any fairing part or anything on your motorbike broke, if you have to still keep riding, then use M-Seal, put it back together, ride back, and then buy a new part. So I have this, and I have more insulation tape, and I also have Fevikwik. This is super glue. I must have again for apparent reasons of sticking something. So have one of this. And a rag. Always have a rag, because you never know, there could be an oil leak or whatever, and you would have to wipe it off. So what would you do? You don't wish to use your hanky or your t-shirt, correct? Have a nice rag, thick one, which can soak up enough liquid. And one of the most important things, which I believe that we all got to have, it could be a motorbike or in a car, that is a duct tape roll. And I got this from America. This is known as Godzilla tape. It's extremely strong. Friends, difference between duct tape and insulation tape. Insulation tape is not strong and cannot take very high temperatures, but this is extremely strong, and this can take temperatures well above 100 degrees Celsius. So in case you have a leak on your coolant hose, coolant hoses can leak, friends, trust me. And what would you do if your coolant hose starts to leak on a highway? Well, cut off your motorbike, use the duct tape, and first basically clean up the area of the coolant hose and put this duct tape of it on the coolant hose, and you're good to go. Your coolant will stop leaking and you can get back home. This is absolute must. It's not cheap to buy. I think this thing is about 800 rupees, but you don't know when you'll need it, and when you need it, it would be an absolute crisis situation. So buy one of these. I'm sure you can get them online on Amazon, eBay, or Snapdeal. So what else do I have? And water, friends. Always, when you're on a motorbike ride, carry water, because one, you got to keep yourself hydrated, and in worst case situation, as I mentioned, that if your coolant hose starts to leak, then you have to top it up, correct? So you don't have coolant, you can always fill drinking water in an emergency situation, and you can still get back home. So water. And that is it, I believe. I will try and keep adding more useful and important things onto the motorcycle emergency kit. So do let me know, friends, if you have any questions. I'll help you out. Ride safe and always be prepared for the worst. Bye bye.